Hi, welcome again to the Old Principal 老校长的节目. In today's lesson, let's take a look at it. It'll be lesson number 279. We're going to talk about weddings and wedding dresses and things like that. But before we do, let's listen to the story as Connie reads it.
Story 279, Wedding Preparations. We were married on August 8, 1965. That summer, both Connie and I were busy. I was working for my dad, driving a truck. I needed to save as much money as I could. As of graduation, I still did not have any money saved up. Fortunately, my folks gave me a brand new car as a graduation gift, so I didn't have any outstanding needs. The money I saved that summer would go for honeymoon expenses and the costs of graduate school. While I worked to save money, Connie was spending money right and left. Fortunately, it was her father's money, not mine. In America, weddings can be large or small. But since her father was a doctor and well known in the community, and since she was the oldest child, our wedding was not going to be cheap. Traditionally, the costs of a wedding are borne by the family of the bride. During the summer, Connie, with the help of a family friend, sewed all the bridesmaids' dresses and even the bride's dress. All the dresses were the same style, but the colors were different. Of course, the bride's dress was white, while the bridesmaids' dresses were light green. The church chosen for the wedding was chosen because it had the best pipe organ in town. Organ was Connie's major in college, and she had asked her college organ professor to play for the wedding. The officiating minister was one of my college professors. He was an airplane pilot. So, early on the morning of the wedding, he flew into town. Normally, it was a 7-hour trip by car, but in his plane it took less than 2 hours. We asked my aunt and uncle from California to take a vacation and in the process do the wedding photography for us. They were professional photographers and had a studio of their own.
Welcome back. Here we go. We were married on August 8, 1965. Whoa! Because I am the old principal, that's a long time ago. August 8, 1965. Going on. That summer, both Connie and I were busy. Of course, we graduated in the spring, okay, in June, early June, 我们大学毕业. How old were we? We were 22 years old. People say, well, how old were you when you got married? We were 22. Now, nowadays, people seem to be getting married, a lot of people at least, later and later and later. My first son was 26. My second son was 30 years old before he got married. So we were quite young, but we had already finished university, had already 4年大学已经读完了. That summer, though, after we graduated, Connie and I were both busy. We were busy doing what? I was working for my dad, okay? 为我爸爸工作. What was I doing? I was 开大卡车. I was driving a large truck. I needed to save as much money as I could. 我必须存钱越来越多越好. As much as 我尽力存钱. Now, going on, as of graduation, after we graduation, I still did not have any money saved up. Now, this seems very strange probably because in the Chinese situation, at least here in Hong Kong and in Taiwan, you save lots of money before you get married. I had no money, not at all. Okay, so during the summer after graduation, I had June and July and a little bit of August to work. That's all I had to earn some money. So I didn't have too much money. You could say probably we were rather poor, 相当穷, okay? I still did not have any money after graduation. I didn't owe any money, 没有欠账. I just didn't have any money. Go ahead. Fortunately, my folks gave me a brand new car. 幸亏 my parents, 我父母亲, 我的 folks, 父母亲, gave me a brand new 全新汽车, a 1965 Plymouth. I still remember. Okay, it was I couldn't afford a new car, but my mom and dad gave me this car as a graduation gift, 毕业礼物. Okay, and I didn't have any outstanding needs. 没有什么特别的需要. Outstanding meaning 特别 special or 突出来. Sometimes outstanding gives the idea of 突出来. Okay, so but I had no major problems and needs. I just didn't have any money. Okay, the money I saved that summer would go for a honeymoon. Okay, the money that I saved, 我说存的钱啊, would be used for our honeymoon, 蜜月旅行. So I'm saving some money. And then the costs of graduate school, 要到研究所. Now, remember, I'm going to graduate school, and in graduate school, they need money. But my employers said, we will pay the tuition. So still, it's a little bit scary. It is a little bit scary. Nowadays, people have much more money when they get married. Okay, go ahead. While I work to save money, I wonder how my wife, who reads the story, by the way, my wife reads the story that you hear every time. So I wonder how she read this. While I worked to save money, Connie was spending money right and left. I was saving money, and she was spending money right and left. 大大的花钱. Actually, it wasn't quite as bad. She's a very frugal person. She doesn't waste money at all, but she still spent a lot of money. Fortunately, again, 幸亏, it was her father's money. Now, I had a little tiny bit of money. She had zero. Zero. Do you know how much zero is? Zero is nothing. How much is nothing? Nothing is zero. That's how much money she had. But a wedding is the father of the bride. Bride meaning 新娘. The 父亲要付钱. So, 松了一口气. I didn't have to worry about that. Okay, fortunately, she was spending her father's money and not my money. After we got married, of course, she's been spending my money. That's okay. I ask for it, so to speak, okay? In America, weddings can be large or small, of course. 这个婚礼有大有小的. So you have the big ones and you have the little ones going on. But since her father was a doctor, okay, 他父亲是一位医生啊. And he was well known in the community. What does this mean? 在社区，人人很多人都认识他。And since she was, okay, 既然她也是长女 she's number one, okay, 老大。Our wedding was not going to be cheap. 我们的婚礼绝对不会最便宜。But you will discover that we did many things to save money. Going on, yes, traditionally the costs of the wedding are borne, by the family of the bride. What is born? Now, normally, what do you think of born as? Born meaning 出生啊. But born is the past tense of to bear, 承担啊, 承担啊. So, born being the family of the bride. Okay? So the family of the bride, 新娘的家里，我爸爸要承担一切的费用. Almost all of it. I had to pay a little bit, but very, very little, fortunately. Going on. During the summer, Connie, with the help of a family friend, 家族的一个朋友要来帮忙 Connie 做什么? To help Connie sewed all the bridesmaids and brides' dresses. Okay, we've got a few words here. Let's put this down. Okay, sewed, 缝制. 所有的礼服 okay, in dresses, we could say 裙子，不过这个是礼服. Okay, bridesmaid, 伴娘 and bride, 新娘. Okay, so you have, and we will go into more detail of the wedding a little bit later, but right now I must tell you that we had lots of bridesmaids. Yeah, just lots of them, because she had many sisters. So each one of them had, and I had one sister. So there were 5 bridesmaids. We'll get more about that later. And so they sewed, 他们做衣服，这个缝制所有的衣服 bridesmaids dresses, it was 一种mint green. Mint is a 薄荷，是一种绿色 light green, very pretty. And of course the bride, 新娘, she was wearing white. Traditionally, they wear white. Is that true? Yeah. Okay. So they were sewing up the bridesmaids' dresses and the bride's dress. Go ahead. All the dresses were the same style, but the colors were different, of course. The style, 这个样式是一样. So the bride and the bridesmaids, they looked very similar. Okay, but the color was different, as I mentioned just a minute ago. Go ahead. Of course, the bride's dress was, as I mentioned, white. Traditionally, around the world, the bride is white. Why white? Have you ever asked yourself why a bride wears white? Sometimes they don't, but most places it's white. The color white 象征于纯洁 purity. So this is the reason why traditionally brides wear white. Okay? At least for the first wedding. After, if for some reason they get married a second time or a third time, then the second time, third time, not usually white. Okay? Bridesmaids' dresses were light green, as I suggested. Going on. The church chosen for the wedding, so the wedding was going to be in a church. The church chosen for the wedding was chosen because it had the best pipe organ in town. Now, okay, so we're going to be married. 我们婚礼是在一个教会. And why did we choose the church that we chose? Why did we choose that church? Okay, because it had the best pipe organ in town. 这全城市最好的 what? Pipe 管风琴啊，管风琴. Have you ever played? Well, I will explain why. Why did we choose that? Going on. Organ was Connie's major in college. So, Connie, that's my wife-to-be, my wife. Okay, when she went to college, her 主修, that is her major in college, was 管风琴. In other words, she studied how to play the pipe organ. Okay, and notice this, she had asked, 她就请她大学这个管风琴的教授, she had asked him, Dr. West, even he's a very old man now, but Dr. West is still alive, okay, to play for the wedding. So he is going to play 弹这个管风琴 during the wedding. It was very nice for him he had to come a long ways. He had to travel a long distance just to come to our wedding. The officiating minister was one of my college professors. Officiating, that means to officiate, officiating minister is the minister in charge, 主要的这个传道人. In this case, 证婚人 was one of my college professors, 我大学的一个教授. The officiating minister was one of my college professors. But there was something really quite special about this. I liked his classes. He was a good professor, and I enjoyed it. But you'll notice that there was something. He was an airplane pilot. He was an airplane pilot. That means that so early on the morning of the wedding, this is the morning that the wedding is going to happen. This is August 8, 1965. Early that morning, he got into his airplane and he flew into town. Okay, 从他的家飞到我的家。So he came from a long, long ways away because our university was a long ways away. In fact, going on, okay, normally it was a 7-hour trip by car. So the organ professor drove. He lived in the same place. 他也是他是坐车7个小时才能够到达我们那个地方。But the officiating minister 证婚的那位是coming by airplane, but his plane took less than 2 hours. Only 2 hours. Now that's cool. Save a lot of time. Today, my children have already grown up. One of my children, my youngest son, he flies on airplane. 他是开飞机 where in South America, 南美洲的丛林. So that's where he works and he flies the airplane. Saves a lot of time, especially in those faraway places. Going on. We asked my aunt and uncle from California. We asked my aunt and uncle from California to take a vacation. Oh, my aunt, 我的叔叔还有 whatever an uncle is, 叔叔是 uncle, aunt, okay? And we asked them to take a vacation. They were professional photographers. They had their own studio. In fact, my name is John Ash. The name of the studio is Ash Studio. Even, as far as I know, even today, it's still named same as my last name. So we asked them to come up there and process the wedding photography for us. In the process of taking a vacation, and actually it was no big deal because they often came to visit my father and mother and my aunt and uncle. So they came up, they had a vacation, 当中 in the process, 当中也帮忙我们照相 to take the photography, the pictures for us. Going on. They were professional photographers and had their own studio. Okay, they had 专业做摄影这个拍照. So they took their pictures, and so we had very nice pictures, and it was very, very nice. Well, we have a couple more minutes here, and I just want to tell you some more about the wedding. Of course, there were many sisters involved, and they were all excited because these were younger sisters and a younger brother, so everybody was excited. Even though my brother is younger than me, he was already married. 他是早婚的. He was probably only 20 years old when he got married. So that's one thing about it. Another thing about preparation for the wedding is that I did have some expense. OK， 我自己穿的这个服装啊，特别是这个suit， OK， 西装 ，OK， that I had to, and also not only I had to pay for my own, but I also had to pay for all of the young men that would be helping me. Now, that meant I had to get their sizes. 我必须先知道他们的大小 because you rent. In America, you rent this. I think it's this way many places of the world, even in China and other places. You rent them for a day, and then you don't have to make them. It would be expensive. Okay, just before the wedding, on the day of the wedding, we had a special meal. Okay, this was probably the night before the wedding, a special meal together. My wife's family and my family and all the relatives. It was a great time. And there are many other things about weddings and exciting things like that. But we'll save that for the next few lessons as we talk more about the wedding. But for now, you can write an email to our email address, theoldprincipal老校长@gmail.com, or our website, 我们的网站是 www.theoldprincipal.org. Well, I had a great time spending with you, talking about my wedding, but there's more to come. So bring your friend and we'll see what happens. Bye-bye.